this. Ha ha. Ha ha. Oh, you know what I need to do? There we go. Oh, excellent. All right. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. It's Monday. It's Monday, y'all. It's Monday. So, you know, maybe I should have set this up a little better before I started this. Maybe I should have done that. Maybe I should have done that. I didn't. And so here we are. Here we are. Get down, doggo. Oh my gosh. I should be working on this, but I'm not. Why? Oh, why? Because I'm not ready. That's why. That's why. That's why. Oopsie. Select all. Copy. Oh, good gravy. Okay. Where's my instrucciones? They're right here. Put this there so I can see them. All right. We just finished with this one. Okay, yes. I've been doing these in pairs. Just to make sure I finish things properly. So, this broadcast is interrupting me watching The Monkey's Paw. I want you to know that I really wanted to watch that. And I will be as soon as oh gosh. As soon as this is over. All right, so the goal is to just knit as much as I can on whatever amount of battery I have right now. I've got a total of 10 rounds I want to do. Okay. How that happens, whether that happens, that's another thing entirely. Here's me muting my computer because that is something I often forget to do. And then my computer's like, I'm going to make noise at you. And I'm like, I need you to not. And it's like, I want to make all the noise at you. And I'm like, damn it. So, put that over there. So I'm getting back to around 40, 55. That's what I'm getting back to. That's me trying to anyway. Not that you can tell. Not that you can tell. Now what I will say is, I don't know if you've noticed, but I've got a nice background now. We don't have the glare to deal with. So, hooray, hurrah. Something to be said for that. So I was really hoping to get through the day and not have any communication with anybody who identifies as male, and that did not happen. Right at the end of the day, I had somebody ruin it. And by communication, I mean I didn't want any Happy Valentine's Day texts or anything like that. No. I decided that regardless of who I was talking to or how any kind of conversation was going, that I did not want to have any kind of I didn't want to have any kind of well wishing or anything like that today. This is just another damn Monday, like for real. And I'm not overly interested in it. So I decided that no matter what, I was going to be single and unattached for today. No matter what. Did not want to start off anything with any kind of feelings on today. Just, it wasn't necessary. It wasn't constructive. And so here I am. And I kind of would have rather just been completely radio silent. That did not work. Work wife called me and talked to me while they were running around doing the errands, which is fine. It's fine. That's fine. And then friend called me towards the end of the day. I did speak to friend earlier in the day, but yeah, I was not interested in having a conversation with anybody of a male persuasion in any way. I didn't want to. And then I get a text, and not just a hi, hey, happy Monday, but a hey, how's your Valentine's Day? And I'm just like, damn it! Just ruined it. I haven't responded to it, and I've decided I'm not going to. I'll respond tomorrow. And I'm sure when I expressed to them that I had no intention of speaking to anyone yesterday, there's probably going to be some comment of, oh, you should have told me. And I'm like, no, I don't really owe anybody any explanation. That's what Smart Mouth Me has to say about it. I don't, though. I don't. And nobody knows me well enough to say shit to me about it. And that's fine. I don't want to get to know anybody right now. I'm good. I mean, it's not true in the strictest of senses. I'll be honest, I did watch Bride and Prejudice today, which I've seen before, but I felt like some Bollywood was in order. Which is funny because I don't even like musicals, but I love Bollywood for some reason. Probably because it's fun. I don't know. It's just so fun and lively. And, friend just got my picture message of Count Chocula ruining my fucking day. That's a little dramatic, but we're gonna go with it because I feel like it. And yes, oh my gosh. Now every time I think the Count, I'm gonna think, actually, not even Count Chocula. I'm gonna think of Sesame Street, which is really funny. That is not what the Count reference is about at all. It's not, but I don't. We're just gonna keep that to ourselves for right now. Anyway, I don't know. I had a few conversations about a few people that I had been speaking to, and I gotta be honest with you. I'm not feeling it. My interest level in communicating with anybody that I don't already know has waned to nil. It's been like on a downhill like run now. Okay, like for real. Forever now. So this isn't really them specifically. Okay. This is just like reached my tilt limit, I guess. And I'm fine with that. That's whatever. It doesn't fucking matter to me. So that is some fuzz right there. Meanwhile, I've had, I guess, what would count as a productive day. While I was talking to work wife earlier, I couldn't focus on what I was doing before because I would just stop doing stuff. So I decided to take a detour and clean some more, which is something I was doing. I decided that I wanted to try and tidy up the money corner of my apartment, which incidentally is right where the stove is, which is kind of terrible. I mean, I guess if we're gonna say that heat attracts things and like warms things up and makes things like lively, then cool. If we're gonna say that it burns things and makes them go away, not cool. But I can't do anything about where stuff is in my apartment. Like I can't change the layout. So the best I can do is just the best I can do. Oh, that reminds me. Got a couple of things to do. So I have so many things to do tomorrow. I want to do exactly none of them too. Like exactly none of them. Tomorrow is payday, maybe. It might be the day after. So I get to call all the people and make all their arrangements and pay all the bills because I don't like the whole automatic thing. I don't know. It irks me, like how it works out. I don't like it. I don't like it. Oh. Okay. So we have been getting better. I have been getting better at fixing stuff. So this is where reading your knitting is really important, people. There we go. Because this is how you like avoid things going awry and going like really badly. It's by learning to, oh, I see what happened here. Learning to read your knitting. So I watched The Phantom today. Oh my god, I forgot how cheesy that movie is. I love Billy Zane. He's really cute. So yeah. I watched. I think I said I watched. No, did I watch Polaroid yesterday? I think I started watching it yesterday, and I finished it yesterday. Okay, yeah. That's what happened. I finished Polaroid yesterday. See, this is how confused I am. I don't even know what day it is. I'm still thinking it's Sunday. It's not. It's Monday. So anyway, oh goodness. Anyway, I went to the gym, but I watched the beginning of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, just because it was funny. I haven't seen it in a while. I actually added a shit ton of things to my watch list on TV. because let's just make the queue like ridiculously long everywhere. Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? I'm watching The Monkey's Paw again. I don't know what year this was made, but I've watched it before and I liked it. So I was like, let's watch it again. I'm like, that sounds fun. And a bunch of other random things to watch. I don't know. I feel like I've watched more today and I can't think of like what any of it is. That's a really good question. What have I what? I started to watch Black Dog right before I went to the gym, but that was really just a pastime until it was time to go. And then a friend called, and so I was talking to them and completely not paying attention to anything. So that happened. I'm going to get as far on this as I can. We're going to shoot for like an hour minimum, but if we can go longer, I will. Need to still do a bunch of stuff today. I think we still need to do today's Patreon post. I don't actually know what else I have to do. Oh, I have to eat. That's probably a good idea, right? Right. I need to set up my uniform for tomorrow. I feel like I should write this down. What do you think, people? Write down. So I need to, let's see. I need to do my beverages. My bevies. I need to set some goals here. I was doing really well when I just jumped in, and then life, depression, stress just kicked me off my high horse. Or, you know, whatever. I don't know. What are we calling this? I don't know. What's going on? Justice League is on my list. Birds of Prey is on there too. I haven't actually seen that yet. Suicide Squad, Aquaman, Batman vs. Superman. I don't know that Wonder Woman is on there, like the first one. I know I watched the second one recently. I need to actually look at I need to look at the order. I refuse to watch the Joker with Joaquin Phoenix. I will not watch it. I won't. I don't care. I don't think it really counts, honestly, towards the cinematic universe, but regardless of whether it does or not, I'm not watching it. Zero interest in it. So I don't really like him overly as it is. Like, look, Gladiator's on my list too. In that, right? He's great. He makes a great skeezy bad guy. And I'm not saying that the Joker isn't kind of a skeezy bad guy. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that I don't want to see him in that role. So I'm not watching it. You can't fucking make me. So. I gotta pack lunch tomorrow. So I'm trying to not go to the grocery store if I don't have to. And I don't have to. I have, or at least I don't need to for what's going on right now. Like, I have food. I could use some fresh fruit. I don't have any. But I'll have to make it like on the way home tomorrow if I want it to happen, really. I'm trying not to go anywhere. Do I even have any fruit? I had some apples and those went the way of the nope. Gosh, I don't know. No, I definitely don't think I have anything, which is unfortunate. I don't even know what the hell's in my fridge right now. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have no earthly clue. I know there's some spaghetti sauce that needs to get gone. Oh, you know what? As far as fruit goes, I don't have any fruit, but I do have some, I think, raspberry preserves, I think is what they are. I can absolutely take those with me. I also have some yogurt. Yeah. That's a thing. I have yogurt in my fridge right now. Okay, so that's closer to like a fruit because it's most of it's fruit yogurt. I mean, I have some vanilla in there. Like one thing, I got one of like every flavor. I think we're gonna go with peach, if I still have it. I don't recall. I really still don't understand why people think this is so hard. Now, to be fair, I'm working in the round. So I was thinking about I said that the other day, that I don't think brioche is difficult. I mean, it's certainly a different way of working knitting, but I don't think it's overtly difficult. Now, I'm doing it 2 colors and I'm doing it in the round. So basically 2 rounds equals 1 whole brioche row, right? But that said, I don't know how it's worked when it's worked flat, but I do think there's a peculiarity to it that might be part of why people have such a difficulty with it. And I think maybe identifying certain things in a single color might be a little more difficult. I think it's also relative, though. It's probably relative to, like, if you are looking at something that's all the same color and you don't know what, a yarn over looks like on the needles, then it probably just looks like a bunch of loops, right? And nothing else. And if that's the case, I can totally understand why somebody would say, wow, this is really hard. Not that it's actually hard, but it is difficult because of like the skill level of the person involved. Right? So again, relative. It's like my pet phrase. It's relative. Okay, so where's this coming from? There it is. Okay. There's like a whole lot of moving around going. I know. This would be a lot easier. It'd be less fiddling about if this was on a circular needle. But it's not, so whatever. Look, I made this choice. I could have bought the needles I really needed, but I didn't want to because I wanted to get started on this so I could fit shit And I knew if I didn't get started on it, I wasn't going to finish it. Let's see, you. Okay, all right. So, and some of that right there, that's just being patient. I feel like I don't know what I've been doing all day. I know I've done stuff. What any of that stuff was, I have no idea. No idea. I mean, I feel like I did a lot of tidying up my kitchen. But I started some of that yesterday. Right? So that doesn't really count as like a lot of the work. Which is, I'm not saying that I did none of it today. I still did a substantial amount. I mean, I went to the gym. That happened. I haven't done my nooming for today, and I need to do that. I'll put that on there too. I didn't eat lunch. I ate way too much cake. That happened. Way too much cake. Oh, I threw a bunch of stuff away. Did that. I know. So I just said I'm trying not to go to the grocery store, right? As often, because I feel like I'm spending a lot more money than I would otherwise. And I have food in my home. So I also need a meal plan too. So that needs to happen. Meal plan. I have a board and everything for this. Like, I have the tools to do this. I just have been really lazy about it. I don't know why either. Probably because I have enough to do, and the idea of adding one more thing is abhorrent to me. I'm just like, really? You want me to do what? Like, it's going to be helpful. Okay? Because not meal planning is, especially with I'm being so stressed out, right? It's a recipe for disaster. Okay, right? Because I'm already so stressed out. Not meal planning means I'm going to make like bad food decisions that are avoidable. Okay. It also means I'm probably going to go to the store more than I need to. I actually found I have, I think, 6 boxes of 1T. Now look. I'm not saying it wasn't on purpose. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying I needed 6 boxes, maybe 2 extra boxes. I mean 6 extra boxes. Now, to be fair, I did get to drinking this tea. This is one of the green teas that I drink every day. Like, I don't drink this specific flavor, but it's one of the green teas, and I drink green tea every day. Okay, there you go. I think those words are right. Anyway, it's one of the green teas I can stand that has with no sugar in it. And that's saying something because I'm from the South, and so you know how we like our sweet tea. Let me tell you, that matters. Anyway, I was on a mission to find out a bunch of teas that I could tolerate that were green, so a little extra caffeine, that I could tolerate with little or no sweetener. And we were shooting at best for no sweetener because I don't need to I don't need to drink any. I don't need any more sugar than necessary, really. And most of it's not necessary. But a little bit of flavor goes a long way. This one is pomegranate, blueberry, acai, with green tea. And then all those flavors also cut through that like grass taste, which is great because to me, green tea tastes like yard work, which makes it like really difficult for me to drink, which is why I'm drinking it like with other flavors. So I need tasty leaf water, not blasé leaf water. Okay. So I kind of want to read the Gator Boys series again. It's like $3. I want to read it again. I might reread it this week. They're Bayou Boys too. Not like Louisiana. I think they're like Texas. Actually, I don't know. It's been so long since I've read those books. I think I've only read those once through. It's only 3. 2 gators who are cousins, by the way, and then a dog. It's a long story. I know that sounds really strange. These are shifters. Let's just clear that up. The dog one is rough. Like he wasn't always a dog, and he got turned into a dog shifter, and it's a bad time for him because apparently it's really painful to shift. I'm in the middle of a new series. It's a spin-off of the Oath of Bane. It was like the Wolves of Promised Falls, I think is what it is. I'm like a little more than halfway through. I want to know who's next. And there's a really good chance that there's like a teaser of who's next. I hope it's Stark. Stark is such an asshole, though. I like Stark. Marston is okay. Marston is quiet, and so I want him to get a book because I'm just curious to like learn more about him as a character. But Stark is such a tool. I don't know. So I kind of like him for that reason because fiction, okay? Fiction wise, when people are like that, it's part of it is it's a plot point. Part of it it's a conflict that needs to be resolved, right? And so this is not someone who's an asshole just to be an asshole. And I think in like real life that happens a lot more often where people are they're just jerks. And we need to cut this off. This is driving me bananas. They're just jerks. Oh, there's another one too. And you got to do this carefully. I'm not saying that somebody who is an asshole in real life doesn't have their reasons, but some people just are that way because they're jerks. And there's not like there's not like an understandable reason. I don't know. I'm probably doing like a shite job of explaining this. If you know, you know. Okay, how about that? Does that work? Okay. I could have used the fact that it's Valentine's Day today to like cancel my plans yesterday. Damn. I really didn't want to do anything too close to today because I didn't. I didn't want to associate today with anybody. And I'm pretty sure, was it 2021's Valentine's Day passed without my notice as well. Like, I don't even remember what I was doing. Now, what I might do is, did I read, there's 2 Valentine stories, I think, that the author I'm talking about wrote. I might have, I know I've read one of them, because it's like a novella. Actually, all her stuff is on novella, but it's like a short story. Actually, you know what? I don't know. I don't know what there are parameters under which you decide what is a novel, a novella, what, like, there's parameters. Okay, trust me, I know this. I looked it up. Like, general consensus of word count. Anyway, anyway, let's be dramatic about this. One of them is in the Bear Valley series. I think there's another one that's like just a short standalone. I think I read that one too. So I might not have anything specifically that's like Valentine's Day related. That would be a good use of my time today, is doing that. I mean, yeah. So the reason this is coming up, right, is because this right here, what I'm working on, is for that person. I guess it's story time now. So randomly, during the pandemic, in the beginning, there was virus. Anyway, somebody sent me a link to a post on Facebook, and I don't remember precisely who it was. I don't know whether it was friend or book friend or what. I don't know. Anyway, this author was giving away, I think, like 15 or 16 books. Okay. And The Gators actually was one of the series that made the cut. And this person's got like a bunch of series. Anyway, I don't know exactly what like the copy said, like why they did this. I think part of it was hey, you know, we all need something good right now. And so for like this limited time, like for 3 days, you could get all these books free. And I was just like, I like books. I love free books. So, and here's the funny thing. This is a new to me author, and getting me to read a new author, oh buddy, good luck with that. Like, gird your loins against my my reaction, like, honestly. Because I'm probably gonna vehemently say no. Just ask friend. Friend was working on me for like over a decade to read Cressley Cole and J.R. Ward, which I haven't gotten to yet, and Christine Feehan, and I've gotten, and Gina Showalter. I've gotten like 3 out of those 4. So, and not all of their work, but like a few like specific series. And it's funny because we were actually talking about this the other day. I know, Storytime detoured. It does that. When I was, so here's the thing. Okay. All right. Tangents. Just go with me here. When Friend and I met, we were both working in a nightclub. Friend had been there a while. I was fresh meat. I had a roommate, or housemate rather, who had started bartending, which in that establishment, all you did was sling beer because you couldn't have liquor. in those specific establishments. And she was like, well, if you need a job, they're always looking for girls. And I had just quit working in like my nursing job. And I was like, well, you know what? I just literally said, screw you guys, I'm not doing this anymore. So I can do that again. And because it's a club, I'm not going to feel any kind of way about it. Like, I'm not going to feel guilty about deciding I don't want to do this. And, you know, sure. So why not? Well, I ended up staying there, at least there for a little while. And that's where I met Friend. So the funny thing about that is when Friend met me, Friend did not like me. And that's like, I don't know, our origin story I think is amusing. Because Friend didn't like me because I was fresh meat and I was supposedly competition. And if you know anything about me, that is like the farthest thing from what I am at any point ever. I am not a competitive person. I do not care about stuff like that. And so, like, of all the people that you could think to who might compete with you on something, I'm not that person. Now, to be fair, they didn't know that. Okay? And that's fine. That's totally fine. But at some point, we weren't murderous towards each other. At least, I mean, on her part. Anyway, I thought it was freaking hilarious. And as you get to know me, you realize I just do not care. I don't care. I don't care. Like, when I have a day job, I am not, seeking to like outperform anybody. I'm seeking to work to a certain standard, and that's regardless of anything around me. And I'm not competing with anybody. I'm not trying to outdo anybody or race anybody because I do not fucking care. So, like, viewing me as competition is, that's what you want to do with your life. Go for it. But I don't know why. So, at some point, we were friendly. And I think we hung out here and there. But I don't know. Like, I think by the time we had hung out, I think we had left. Like, we were no longer working at that club. So, anyway, I had gone to another club, which is where I ended up staying for most of my career as a dancer. And that's just that, I was comfortable there. I liked it there. It was lower key. It was not so, oh my fucking God, about like a lot of stuff. There's no pressure. And like, I don't thrive under pressure. Like, if you want to see me just fall like a house of cards, put pressure on me. Yeah, no, that'll do it. I'm just not that person. Which is, again, the whole competing thing. That's not me. So, at some point after the time that we met, we became friendly. And we were reflecting on this. We always reflect on this because I think it's just freaking hilarious how a friend hated me. And we're like best friends now. And it's just the turns that life takes is just amusing. So we were talking about books the other day. And at some point, after we became friendly, books were like the thing that we did together. We would go get coffee and go to the bookstore and talk about books and whatever else, right? And the funny thing is me growing up, I was a reader. Like, if I was given the option of, do you want to go play outside or go over to a friend's house, or do you want to read a book? I probably would have always chosen the book. Books were my friends, and have like no shame or anything about that. I loved books and I loved reading. And at that point, the funny thing was, I would pretty much have tried likely almost any genre, almost any author, and been fine with it. And at some point between then and now, my tastes have narrowed, and there's like a great number of things I have zero interest in reading, right? Like right now, I read a lot of paranormal romance. I literally read a handful of authors. I'd prefer to read long series. Let's see. And I don't have a specific paranormal like subset that I like. You know, vampires, demons, shifters, fae, all of it. It's ghosts. It's all good. Um, but and no, I'm not an Anne Rice. I'm not an Anita Blake person. No, like I that stuff does not hold my attention. And so, and I've tried. I was just like, I'm painfully bored with this. Like, I don't, like, I have a voracious curiosity, which is funny because that's so like of me, a la Cressley Cole. Um, but even with that voracious curiosity, I had no desire to find out what was going to happen to these characters. I just did not care. And it's rare that I'm that disinterested to the tune of no, I'm not even going to bother finishing this because I don't care. Like that's not typical of me. So if I'm really there with it, then I really don't have any interest in it. And it's not a good fit for me. Meanwhile, Friend reflected when Friend was younger, you know, they had to read things like for school or like the books that they were exposed to was like self-help and inspiration and motivational shit and you know, not fiction and like cool worlds and adventures and all that. So, and I quote, they thought for the longest time that they didn't like to read. But really, it was no, their reading fodder just wasn't that great. And like, if, look, if this is all you've got to choose from, I can totally understand how you might say, oh, yeah, I don't like this because I don't like these things. That's fair. That is totally fair. But that's, I mean, like, I don't know. And this funny thing is, if we had met, I think that, like, they would have been into reading a lot sooner than they were. And they're totally a gamer, like 100%. Now, I don't have I don't have the patience and the wherewithal to like game consistently. Um, I don't. I just realized I need to wrap this. Oh gosh. See, it's like weird spider business over here. Arachne would be proud. Okay. So I just need to make sure that I loop it right so that I don't do something silly. Yeah, it took me, I don't know how long to figure out how to do this before I was like, oh, this is how this is going to work. So it took me like way too long though. I'll tell you that. I should have figured it out sooner. So anyway, it's just funny. It's just funny to me because with as much as we read, or at least, and right now of the two of us, I'm doing way more reading. But I've decided that I don't need a social life, right? I've got books. But it's hilarious because they were working on me for like 10 years to try out Cressley Cole's Immortals After Dark, the Carpathian series by Christine Feehan, J.R. Ward's Black Dagger Brotherhood, Gina Showalter's Lords of the Underworld. And I think I went with Gina first because she's like, friends sold me on the, well, it's got demons. And the premise of it is, okay, Pandora's box was opened. and all of the demons went out into the world. Well, in some cases, these demons attached to people, and there's way more to the story than that, so I'm not really ruining anything, and that's kind of the whole purpose. If you want to know what's going on, you're going to have to read it. And that sounded like an interesting concept to me, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm down. I'd totally read that. Well, the first book, I think the demon is violence. And look, for somebody who has like a touch of hybristophilia, it was incredibly slow, I felt. Now, according to Friend, as Gina kept writing, their style and like voice evolved, and there's definitely like a change in the writing. Okay, that's legit. But getting over that first like hump, oh, it was difficult. It was really difficult. And then it was just interesting to see how the demons manifested and how they worked. And then you get to meet the harpies, you get to meet some gods. There's some shifters. There's, of course, you can't have paranormal without somebody being cursed, okay? And theoretically, like the whole demons thing, they're all cursed. Like the punishment for being part of this issue was that this was attached to you. But there were just like a dozen demons in the backs. It was like a whole shit ton, right? So other people got wrangled into it. So the world got bigger and bigger and bigger. And like that was great. And the first time I tried to read the first book, this is not actually the first book. There's a prequel before that, which I don't like. That would not have been enough because it was a prequel, and it was like the setting of the stage for the world, but it was not in and of itself an introduction like the first book is. Okay, like it's a like after it feels like an after the fact prequel, and I don't know when she actually wrote it. I have no idea, and I don't know Gina's process as far as writing. Like if she storyboards, if she has complete ideas, I have no idea. Although I'm like a touch interested and curious, just because I like to know these things. Anyway, so that happened. But like Maddox's book is just I find it to be really slow, and that made reading it really difficult. So I tried to read it once. I think I got through it. I got through it, and I got through the next book. Okay. And the next book, it's Death. I think. And I love Lucian. Lucian is friggin' great. But I still had like the hardest time getting. I think I got like 2, maybe 3 books in. And it wasn't doing it for me. So I finally came back to it in the last couple of years. Damn Panini. And I mean, yeah, that's how that happened. So back to our first story. It was either Friend, a book friend, or somebody else, and they were like, "Hey, this person's doing a giveaway." And the funny thing with it is like, right, generally speaking, you can't recommend books to you. You can't recommend authors to me. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to read them. I've had a number of people, well-meaning, say, "Oh my God, you should read this." And I got to be honest with you, I have zero interest in any of those recommendations. Like, you want to sell me a book? Show me some bitchin' cover art. Okay, that'll do it. You want to sell me a book? I need a novel, interesting idea. So, like, the demons being from Pandora's box and being attached to these warriors. That's a novel idea, right? On the whole Pandora story. Okay. The whole vampire dark hunter acolyte situation in Sherilyn Kenyon, now McQueen's Dark Hunter series. That's interesting, because they're not vampires as per, you know, how people normally think of them and how they're portrayed. And so it's a twist, and it's like just an interesting of what would happen if this is what was going on. And I love those are great. And like that was an effective thing. The what's another series I read, and I haven't read this in forever, and I need to get back to it. It was Piers Anthony's Xanth series. Okay, and like that Xanth is shaped just like Florida, and it's a land of magic, and everybody's got one talent, and that's it. And if you don't have a talent, if you have no magic, then you're a mundane, and you're like shunned. Okay, and there's the magician, and the magicians just have cooler talents, basically, right? So one of them is transformation. Another one is, it's something to do with information. I can't really put Humphrey's talent into words. But the land is full of puns, right? So there's oranges, fruit trees, right? There's also reds and blues, which I think is just funny and amusing. Meanwhile, I hate the hell out of a dad joke. Just kind of funny. Friend loves dad jokes. I'm just like, oh God, really? Don't subject me to that, please. Don't do that. Don't do that. I know what you're doing. Don't do that. I'm not doing anything, right? I know we've all heard that. We've all heard that sound. I love that sound on TikTok. It's freaking hilarious. I know what you're doing. Don't do that. It's like, what? Oh my gosh. So we're at the halfway point, by the way. So huzzah. Meanwhile, like, so it's just really funny to me how like this idol giveaway, right, was able to turn me onto a new author, like with no no muss, no fuss, no argument, no kicking and screaming from me, but somebody who reads the same the same kind of stuff that I do had the hardest time getting me to read anything. Oh, the ironies of life. Now, if I had known what the Immortals After Dark was going to be about, begin like, I would have absolutely read it way sooner. And meanwhile, like, look, Friend is like an evangelist for like the authors that they read, just like I am. And let me tell you what, I can't sell my work apparently, like worth a damn, but I can absolutely sell the hell out of somebody else's work, because when I'm excited about something, I am excited about it. And that excitement kind of bleeds over to other people, right? So, and it's weird. Like, I know I can tell you like everything about my work, but I guess it's because I'm not keeping it. So I'm not connected to it in the same way. Like, this isn't something like, okay, so facts. This is not for sale. This is part of a care package for the author that did the giant giveaway, right? Because it just all came together perfectly. But I like how this is forming up so much that I do in fact want one. Now, I don't know that I have permission to sell anything made from this person's patterns, and we're gonna go and guess no. So like the fact that I like this enough that I want one is a moot point as far as like anything goes, right? Like if I can't sell this because they don't want their work sold, then the fact that I could probably like sell this due to my excitement and the fact that it's so cool, even I want one, it doesn't matter. Like that doesn't matter at all. I feel like there was like a lot of words there that didn't need to be there. So anyway, it's just kind of funny. Like I feel like there's a lesson in there. There's like a reason that this works out like this does. Now that said, I'm a fair storyteller, okay? I have a fair hand at that. So like in all fairness, like yeah. At the same time, I can't use my powers for my own benefit, okay? I don't know. I'm sure I could change that. I'm sure I could. I'm sure I could. But that also sounds like a lot of work, and I'm already tired. I don't want to do anything else. I really wish that I could listen to the monkey's paw while I was talking to y'all, because the silence is like completely unnerving. So way back when I was doing videos, when I started doing that, gosh, that doesn't make any sense. When I started, like I started using what is it? Soundtrack, which was a service add-on, whatever that Twitch offers. And the problem with it is that a lot of stuff gets like then flagged. And the only reason this matters is because I put this up on YouTube. And I'm putting this up on YouTube, so in case you want to hang out with me while I make something, and just see what I'm doing, listen to me blather on about whatever utter nonsense that is my life, you can do that. Now, do I need music? Do I need music? No, I don't. I could absolutely yakety yak like ad nauseum. That is not a problem for me. I'll tell you what is a problem is saying less. That I cannot do. Like what? Like say it in less words. Oh, I can't do that. I can't do that. So yeah. Oh my gosh. Anyway, it's not even like anything I'm saying is terribly interesting. I mean, if you are just curious as to what nonsense I'm going through, I mean, sure, but like overall, who cares? I don't think I'm not really any more interesting than anything else on the internet. Certainly not more interesting than cats on the internet. Okay, that's a fact. But I mean, there are worse things on the internet. There's actually a lot of worse things. So, we're going to say I'm doing pretty good, okay? But yeah, the whole copyright sound thing became a problem because it's complicated. It's not my doing. It's the doing of other people. So, anyway, whatever. Simple solution, don't have sound in the background. The sound that you get is me yammering on. Mm-hmm. I need to establish my presence here. I want to say something to. I want to say something to the. What do you call it? Uh-oh. What's going on here? Oh, that just got weird, huh? That got super weird. That's strange. Oh, what happened? Okay, so that's a mistake where I'm not sure what's going on here. Like, it's right there, I think. Yeah, it's right there. I don't know what's going on here. This is not really compromising the fabric, per se. But there's something strange going on, like, right about here. And I don't know. I don't know that I want to fuss with it, to be honest with you. I'm wondering if maybe... Okay. If maybe what happened was... So that one's that one. That one is this one. Oh gosh. Okay. So... And you should all wish me luck. But I'm about to do something ill-advised, probably. Oh my gosh, probably. Okay, so we're going to put that there. So we need to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One like when I work this one. So I need to do 4. I need to figure out what's going on here though. Because it's like, it's supposed to be like this, but like something got twisted. And so it's not like that. All right, let's make sure everybody is not going to fall off the needles. Okay. Oh God, Godspeed, y'all. Like seriously, I'm about to play with fire. What's about to happen? Okay, so, all right. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What have you done? It's not this one. It is this one. Now, here's the thing. I learned how to fix this. And so this is not actually the nightmare that I'm, like, portraying it to be. Okay, like, for real. There we go. Okay. So... Don't mind me, just... Okay, come on now. Alright, that might be where it is, where it got all weird and twisted. Alright, so... Alright, so... Aha. Alright. I'm gonna do this, because we need to... These things are all in pairs. So I just need to make sure I get the right pairs together. And this is the pair. These are the pairs that go together. Okay. Okay, don't judge me. Okay, so hold on now. Oh my gosh. I just gotta make sure that these pairs line up together. That's really what's important here. So those two go together, that two goes together, this two goes together, which means this is supposed to go together. Okay, so all right. Okay, so now we can put these back here. And while that's a little stretched out, it's not too bad. To the point where I'd like jack something up really badly. Okay, so that was harrowing. Anybody else have a heart attack? I did. Uh-oh. Okay, so we're gonna take this and we're gonna take these two and put them through here. Let's see that that's right. Okay, cause yeah, that should be right. Yeah, that looks about right. Okay, all right. And that's just because this is the beginning. I think what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to work in the back, purl through the back loop to get this oriented like the rightish way. Okay. Okay, so, oh my gosh. Becky, look at her butt. It is like so big. It's like one of those rap guys' girlfriends. That happened. That totally happened. So, that's probably not the best correction of that area, but it's not so glaringly bad that it really matters. That's the kind of thing that once it is once it's blocked out, that probably won't matter. Like, seriously. Like, you won't even see it. Sorry, I was looking at it really closely. And for there to be fussy points, like, right at the join of two needles, I mean, that's not weird. It's not great, but that makes sense that it would be all fussy and flippant there. Oh my gosh. I'm probably going to look at it in a second to try and see if I can make it look better. I don't know. It's a thought. It is a thought. Not that kind of thought. Okay. All right, let's see what's going on here. All right, so okay, we're gonna take this off of here because it's like looking weird. And we're just gonna put this here. I think I see why it looks weird. And I feel like this should be over here. And really, it might just be that it's twisted weird for me. Right? Like, and that's just what it is. I think it looks a little better. All right, yeah, I think we need to stop. Stop fucking with it. We're starting to enter the danger zone right now, like where we could fix it and make it look better, or we could make it look worse. And I'm not taking this all out again. Like that's not happening. So this is a quit while you're ahead moment. Okay. What I can do, though, is I can see... So that right there has two of these right here, and it should only have one. So this might be part of the problem right there. Right, like, so that one looks like it's got two. So that this one right here might be the problem. Now, meanwhile, it doesn't look like there's a problem up front. Okay. It's the back that's looking a little sketch. Okay. And it's just right there. Like this. Let's see. So. Ooh. Okay. So. I know. You can't read this. That's fine. You don't need to. This right here, though. There's one of these. And there's the same color again. Right next to it. There's only supposed to be one. Okay. Do we see the problem? And so I think I know what's going on. So we're going to play with fire. That's what we're going to do. We're going to play with fire here. Okay. You ready? I'm not. Okay, we're going to take that. We're going to take that stitch off. We're going to take that out. Okay. And then we're going to take, so this one should go with this one, right? And this one should go with this one. This one, okay, so here we go. We're going to fix this though. All right. Okay. So that's fine. Just need to hook this here. So that one's right. That one's one loop. You see, so you got, this is the gray. There's a gray on top of it and a color on top of that. Okay. And we need that to happen again here. There's a gray on top of it, right there, and then a thing on top of that. And then we need this to happen here. Where it's so, right, these grays are lining up together, but not doubling up, okay? All right, so now we're going to the last one, right? So we got that, we got this loop, we've got the gray, and then we've got this one. So now it is this loop, and the gray, and that one. And there's what that is supposed to look. Okay, so now, though, there's supposed to be an additional loop here, which I might just leave there and just try to remember that needs fixing, if you will. Because, so here's the thing, right? We see these all have a friend, right? See, these have a friend. This one right here, this one needs a friend. Now, can we make this your friend? Can we? Is that going to work out? Let's see. Nope, that way. This way? That way. Oh my gosh, we're all twisty. Okay. I think that'll work. Haha! Yes! Flawless victory! No, not really. Not really. Not at all. I watched Mortal Kombat yesterday. Sue me. Oh, geez. Oh, geez. Okay, so there we go. All right, so that happened. I think I fixed it. Oh, and look, fixing your knitting, you just need to be patient. That is the secret. Okay, that is the secret. This is not a rushing situation. You do not like pull, tug, force things into submission. That is ill-advised. You need to be patient. You need to be calm. And you need to understand that if you're going to do something, you should do it right. Which means not like, don't push the pull door, okay? Don't do that. do not do that. It will lead to frustration, which is avoidable and unnecessary. So we're starting our seventh round. Of the 10 that I have to do, by the way. I'm doing this in I'm doing this in sections of 10 because I don't know, I felt like it was a nice even number. I don't want to go to work tomorrow, y'all. I'm not ready. I'm so not ready. I still have to do Patreon tonight, too. I think I'm just going to do an audio, though. I think that's what I've been doing, is doing audio. And that won't take nearly as long as if I was doing a video. But I do need to draft my notes still. So that's like, that takes time. Now I can draft my notes in like any time of day, right? Like, obviously should have done it already. Okay. Like, for real. But what I'm saying is I don't have to have like good light to draft notes. I just need to take the time to do it. And for whatever reason, I hadn't today. Probably because I was doing like a million other fucking things. That's probably really what's going on. Doing all the things. Go figure. What else would I be doing? If not all the things. I mean, seriously, though. It's a bad habit. It really is. Really is. You'd think I would learn, and clearly I haven't. Clearly. And that's fine. Like, whatever. Oh my goodness. So, I'm trying to make sure I get this done. And the only reason it matters whether to do video or audio is also because of the amount of time it takes to do everything else. Means yes. And I need to get caught up on my uploads here. So I have, I think, 2 or 3 videos that I have done, and I need to make sure that I download them and then upload them over on my YouTube channel. Do you know how weird it is for me to say that I have a YouTube channel, even though I've had a YouTube channel for like, I don't know, over 10 years. Like, it's I haven't done anything with it, okay? Like, for real. I've done nothing with it. So the fact that I have it is like, okay, and? So who cares? And it's like, nobody cares. That's who. But, you know, anyway, I don't know. It's just weird because this is like a thing. Like, this has been a thing. This isn't new. I just don't talk about it. And I guess because I don't talk about it, I guess people are shocked when it like comes up in conversation. I was like, yeah, I mean, yeah, no, I have a YouTube channel. I do in fact have a YouTube channel. I've had one for a while. Like, it's nothing to write home about. I don't even know how many subscribers I have. Like, not that many. It's under 100. And look, I haven't grown it. I haven't been trying to either. I'm not really worried about like numbers. So those numbers are relative. Like, some people just like it matters. And like, look, it's clout and currency in the digital world, but like in the long run, it doesn't matter, right? Because if you have 1,000 people watching you and nobody is doing anything, right? Like, you're not like, if you sell stuff and you're not like selling anything, okay, right? Does it matter that you have 1,000 people following you? Yeah, no, not really. Like, if it doesn't turn into money to a degree, it kind of doesn't matter. And like, look, I'm not saying that the people who pop in and follow you and like your stuff don't matter. No, just from a business perspective, those numbers don't necessarily translate into anything like tangible. I mean, they absolutely can, but you can have 100 people and that mean like more than you know, I know that you know what I'm talking about. Like, 1,000 people who are meh about what you do does not outweigh 100 people who are like super into what you do, right? And when you have numbers like that, a good percentage of it, people are just kind of there. Which is, again, that's fine. Whatever. It doesn't really matter. I just think of it this way. I'm a nobody on the internet. I've been on the internet like for a while. I'm still a nobody. That's fine. I mean, I'm not on the internet to be somebody. More like I am able to reach. Uh-oh. Oh no! See, I did it again. Look at all these mistakes I'm making. I'm able to reach people that I wouldn't otherwise reach. And that's great. Okay, like, that's fantastic. And that is cool, and that matters. And that's enough to, I mean, it isn't, but it is. If that's like, I mean, if that's it, like, if that's it, then that's it. Eh. Like, I don't have like a, like, I don't like really, like, realistically. Okay. So now we're at the, I think we're at the needle, the point on the needles where we were doing all kinds of weird, crazy stuff. Yeah. And so we're trying to do this. There we go. I think that's what I want to do. And that'll correct it. Haha! See? Eventually I would get it. So it's really funny is I'm nooming, and we're gonna leave it at that. And at one point, I get asked like what your goals are, and I was talking to a friend about it, and I was like, you know what? I don't make goals, so I don't fail at goals because I don't make them. And I didn't really thought about it, but that's like 100% a thing. Like I can't fail at something if I don't try, and that's me. I'm really mostly just existing most of the time. Like, I'm just trying to get through the day. I'd like to do that. That sounds great. Can we do that? You know? And I don't have like really higher aspirations than that. And I don't ever think about it. Probably because I'm not used to people asking me like what I want and that like the answer mattering. Like it's not a rhetorical question. And it's not something I give any thought to. I mean, there's some things that I probably could put into clear language. Though there's probably a lot that I can't put into clear language. Or I just have never thought about, so I don't have an answer. Which seems kind of weird. But knowing myself as I do, it really isn't weird. No, that's a perfectly reasonable answer. Like I don't know. I've lived at like the existence of bare minimum for so long. The idea of more or beyond is just like, what? What do you mean? What do I want past this? And I'm like, I honestly don't know. So the doggo is like pacing. Ah! Okay. All right. Sorry. Trying to get this. There we go. Okay. I have 3 more rounds to do. Right. I'm trying to get them done. Mostly because I want to be able to take pictures of this tomorrow morning. And that requires me to get this done. Right? That's what that means. I need to get to my picture point. That's what we're calling it, I guess. I don't know. Oh god, now I've got Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. I can stuck in my head. Picture perfect, picture this. What? No, stop it. I want to. I don't want to. I don't even know if that was like the right wording for that little ditty. It's a word I don't ever use. Ditty. Like, who says that? I don't know. Me, apparently. This really would be so much easier on circulars. That'll teach me to do what I want to do. I'm being punished for my impatience. That's what's going on. So yeah, I hate that question of what's a time where you set a goal and you made it, and how'd you do that? And I'm like, I don't set goals. I don't. And it's funny, it's not even something I realized I wasn't doing. And I realized this like, I don't know, a couple of years ago. And by a couple of years ago, I mean like at least twice that amount of time, because the whole pandemic is like really screwed with everybody's ability to like judge fucking time. Like we've been going through this like over 2 years, right? And it's like that time isn't real. Anyway. I was planning something for my work. I was like trying to get a gauge of like where I was and where I wanted to be, and was trying this new like planning system as a result. And at one point they're like, okay, where are you? Which, hey, valid information. Where do you want to be? And I was like, what? Like, what do you mean? Like, what are you talking about? And again, it's like a totally valid, reasonable, worthwhile, relevant question. It's also not one that I think about, like with anything. But let me tell you what, it's really hard to get somewhere if you don't have a destination, right? It's super difficult to make progress if you're just kind of wandering around aimlessly. Dog is giving me the side eye, y'all. Like, seriously, like I'm not making eye contact with her because I know she's giving me a look, and I'm trying to finish this up before I do anything else. She doesn't actually need anything other than like 1000% of my attention 100% of the time. Okay, like that's what she needs. She's a fucking toddler. Here's the thing, like, facts, I've been here with her all day, except for like leaving for about 40 or so minutes when I went to the gym earlier. Okay, like seriously. So, you know, she's being like 100% baby right now. I can't tell you. There's no good damn reason for it. Like, for real. But here we are. Dog be baby. Oh my gosh. Gotta go back to work tomorrow. Deal with Sunshine. I don't know. Sunshine might not be there tomorrow. That'll be super great if he's not. Because I'm not in the mood to deal with him. I mean, really, I'm never in the mood to deal with him. I really would just like him to go away. So the funny thing is, right? I think we talked about this a couple weeks ago. Technically, he's supposed to be gone. He put his 2 weeks notice in. What he didn't do was have a job lined up before he did that. And so he hasn't gotten another job. And so he's still here with us. And it's like, I don't understand that. Like, I would never leave a job without having another one lined up. I think there's like one time I did that and I was in my mid-20s and it was because I was about to have a nervous breakdown and I was like, fuck this. And I literally went out and like got a job within a week. Like, it's not like I'm just going to make a habit of doing that. Okay. And just, I was raised to not do, like, you give your 2 weeks notice, right? And you have another job lined up. And like, if you can manage no gaps in like actual time that you're working, yeah, no, you should do that. And my last transition, that's exactly what I did. I stopped working there on a Friday and I started my new job on the Monday of the next week. Admittedly, I did not give 2 weeks notice, but like they were giving me the vapors and I was getting to the point where I was about to lose my shit. Lay down. Lay down. Just driving me bananas. Y'all. Lay down. All the way. Oh my goodness. It's like she's asking for permission for something, but I don't know what the hell it is. Anyway, she's not a lap dog, okay? No, that's not what's going on. She's not a lap dog. So it can't be that. Anyway, Yeah, no, like I didn't do a 2 weeks notice, but I had a job lined up, like, and I also don't think if you're sick of something, like if you hate being somewhere, you should not wait until like you've reached critical mass, okay, to leave. Do you hear what I'm saying? Right? Don't wait until like if you don't leave, you're gonna get fired. Or you're gonna like make a rash decision. Like that's not a sound idea, people. And I gotta tell you, I don't understand why that wouldn't be obvious. Like that's purely a practical sticking point of, if you don't have somewhere to go, then that's gonna cause like a money issue that you probably don't want. And if you don't have a nest egg or savings, I think most people, if they did have savings, it's gone now, right? Um, then, you can't afford to be out of work. And the thing with it is like realistically, everybody is, look, bad news, okay? Bad news fairy. Everybody is one like real disaster away from being destitute. Like the only people that doesn't apply to are the people who are super, 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 super ridiculously, obscenely, disgustingly rich. Those people also have more money than they can like honestly spend in any amount of time, like any reasonable amount of time, right? Uh, but like you don't do that. Like you do not do that. You do not just dip with nothing. Now, the funny thing is, I think with the pandemic, like the whole everybody is one disaster away from oh shit. I think that's become apparent to a bunch of people. Like, because, hey, you might have gotten sick and you might have not been able to work. Things might have been closed down. You might have been essentially kind of sort of let go. Um, you know, all kinds of things could have happened. And because of that, like, I don't know, the average person who wasn't super poor is now suddenly understanding what people who have been poor like for a while and like really poor have always known. It's just like all the introverts who were totally fine with like not having social lives and just like staying inside and being away from people. Like all the extroverts who are not maybe used to doing that were not prepared. But the introverts at the beginning were like, oh yeah, no, this is fine. Like every time somebody asks me, well, how's everything? And I'm like, nothing has changed for me. I go out just as much as I did before, which was not at all. In fact, I might, at this point, go out more than I used to because the things that I have to do require me to do that. And that's it. That's it. That's the only reason. It's not because I'm going to social gatherings. Um, it's not. That's not what's going on. And the funny thing is, right? A lot of things are funny. The funny thing is that that's not necessarily what you would have expected to happen. But yeah, like I gotta tell you, what's funny thing is, I was going through the separation that led to my divorce, like basically at the time it started, essentially, right? Or really like just before it started. And the funny thing is, and I said this a couple times, if we weren't getting divorced like before the pandemic really hit, we would have been by like the halfway point, like by the end of that year. Oh yeah, no, that would have probably been happening anyway. So we just kind of preempted it. Um, I meant to do so many things while I was going through my separation, and I did none of them. And I'm like low key irritated with myself about it. But like, it's like, so you have the weekend off, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do all these things, and it's like, no, you're not. Yeah, it was kind of like that, only stretched out across a year and some change. And then I went back into having a day job because I just worked for myself before. Um, and like, I knew when I started having a day job again, like, I knew that a lot of the stuff that I was able to do before, I wasn't going to be able to do. Like, I knew that, which is why my life was set up like it was, is because what I'm trying to do right now is way too much. And I don't have a choice now. Like, if I want these things done, like if I want to have a presence here on Twitch, right? I have to show up. That's it. That is just it. And that's fine. I mean, I don't have a problem with showing up. It's just there's only so much time I have in the day to do things. There's only so much energy I have to do things. And the amount of spoons it takes like for me to do certain things is a lot. And some days I'm really low on spoons. There are days where I just don't have it in me to do like anything. And I still have to like function. And it's like, well, this is a pain in the ass. And that's just, I mean, I'm not really complaining. It's just life. That's just how it is, right? I accept that. I don't love it, but I accept it. C'est la vie, right? That's like one of my phrases. Along with, it's relative. That's it. Because honestly, sometimes it's just a matter of shit happens. And that's just it. That is just it. That is the whole damn answer. Somewhere. Like, basically I just said because, but somewhere friend is cringing. Friend hates because. Which is valid, because it's not really an answer. One of the reasons why friend hates because is because that was the go-to answer when they were growing up. And like a lot of what they experienced and went through, like from a child parent kind of perspective, didn't make any sense to them. And therefore it just was like, wait a minute, what? Which, look, that's fair. That's fair. I like to understand things. I also do not suffer the delusion that I'm going to. Like, there are things I'm not going to ever understand. And that is, I've made peace with that. I'm okay with that. I am not upset about that. That is just how life is. And that's fine. I don't need to understand everything, just like I don't need to know everything. I like knowing things and I like understanding things. But if I don't, it's not, it doesn't change the fact that I have to deal with it, right? So, why are we waxing all philosophical? What happened? I don't know. What happened? Yeah, I just reached my brain has just reached the point of, can we stay up forever? And I'm like, no, you can't. And I'm like, are you sure? I want to. I'm like, I understand that you want to, but it's not a good idea. And I'm like, but we could get so much done. And it's like, that's not how that's gonna work out though, and you know it. I'm like, well, it might. It might not my ass. No, it won't. No, it will not. These are the lies I tell myself. Right? Like, totally get stuff done. It's like, and pigs could fly, but no. No, just stop it. Fucking stop it. It's like, that's a damn line, you know it. It could happen. I've had a lot of soda today. And hey, look, before anybody who's new here says, oh, that's why you're so hyped up. No, 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 no. I'm like this all the time. It's so weird. So now I know that 10 rows takes... it's not rows, they're rounds. 10 rounds takes about 2 hours. I wish I could work on this while I am at work, but my hands are so covered in grease and oil and whatever else. Garage spice is what I like to call it. I don't want this smelling like garage spice. I don't know that the person who's receiving it would really mind. Personally, this is funny, I actually like the smell of being a mechanic. It's weird. I mean, differential fluid notwithstanding, that stuff is disgusting. It smells awful. Not some shit you want to be doused in either. But it's weird. It's weird. Super weird. I don't know if I feel like I was trying to go somewhere with that, and I don't think that's true now. I think I'm lying to myself again. All right, this is okay. So y'all, we're at like an hour and like 56 minutes. So this is the last round I'm gonna do, which completes this brioche round. So freaking R2D2 noises. Bleep bloop. So I just want to say thanks to everybody who's watched. Anybody who caught the replay, whether you're seeing the replay on Twitch until it comes down, or whether you're seeing this later on YouTube. I appreciate you hanging out on my channel. And remember that you can always leave a comment and say hi and whatever, ask questions. Obviously, I reserve the right to not answer certain questions. But like anything about work, it's relatively a fair game. I mean, there's probably some things I don't find relevant, so I'm not going to answer them. Right? I'm a person. I'm allowed. But you know, you can always ask. Just don't expect an answer, or accept that you might not get an answer, or you might not like the answer you get. I think I pretty much always give an answer, because my lack of an answer is an answer. I want to split hairs about it. Oh my goodness. My hands are like, screw you! I don't know what I'm going to watch after this. I mean, I was watching The Monkey's Paw, so I should probably finish that. It's a freaking revenge story, people. It is, too. Basically, I wanted to, like, see my parting salutations, like, before I get to the end of this round, so that I can not have a whole lot of extra time that my counter for my project time is counting, because that's what that was about. I don't really have a spiel. I really don't. I suppose I need one. So, I don't know. I think I said this earlier. Did I say this earlier? And by earlier, I might mean yesterday. So I did say yesterday that I was going to go ahead and link my YouTube channel. So if you wanted to see the other videos that have come off of Twitch, you could do that. It's there. It's linked now. And while I was there, I fixed like my channel art and some other stuff. Gosh, so many books to read. I made another TikTok draft. I don't remember what it was even about either. Actually, so I've been posting them. I made like, I don't know, a ridiculous amount of videos. And I've been like slowly posting them. And I saw one and somebody was like, is there anybody who's not watching the Super Bowl? And like, if you're not, what are you doing? And so I stitched it, which I think is the first video I stitched. And I went ahead and posted it yesterday because it was relevant yesterday. And it wouldn't have made sense to like apply to it after the fact, you know what I mean? So basically I told the internet that I don't have a life. I think we all knew that. Okay? Like seriously, this is not breaking news. Anyway, yeah. I need to reach out to Goldilocks. I kind of don't want to, because of the day it is. I don't want them to like be some kind of way about the fact that it's Valentine's Day and I'm reaching out. Like that's purely incidental. Like that's actually has nothing to do with why I'm reaching out. I've been reaching out because I haven't talked to them in like a while. The whole Goldilocks thing is totally a nerd reference too. And if you like space, you should be able to figure it out. And I'm not going to tell you. And I think what I'm going to do is Goldilocks. I think we're going to rescind Goldilocks from this this person. This going to rescind that moniker for them specifically. Because yeah. But I don't know. Anyway. I call them a couple of other things, but some of them are way too close to their actual name. And so, yeah. I haven't talked to them in a while. And they were talking about streaming here on Twitch because they do game. And like it led to some random conversations. I'm honestly not overly interested in what like anybody is doing. Like if you want to tell me like what you're doing, that's cool. But if you don't want to tell me, that's also cool. Like I don't feel any kind of way about not knowing something. Because like some people don't want to talk about stuff, right? And that's fine. Like short of it being like specifically relevant to like a situation or like me, I don't fucking care. People take that the wrong way, by the way. They hear me say I don't care and they just think I don't care about them like as a human, as a person. And I'm like, no, that's not what I said. I don't care about what you're doing. Like I have I am neutral is what I'm actually saying. Like you can tell me, you cannot tell me, that's your prerogative, right? And I figure people are going to say like what they want to say. Now, this is where this backfires, right? Some people seek validation right? And so they want people to care about stuff when it still doesn't matter, okay? Um, like me not liking what color your hair is doesn't matter, right? It's your hair. I don't have to deal with it. I don't have to look at it. I don't have to take care of it. It doesn't matter what I think about it. Now, to someone who wants to be accepted, absolutely, it totally in their mind matters. And that is valid to them in that specific situation. But like, objectively speaking, my opinion doesn't matter. It's irrelevant, right? It's only relevant because they're giving it relevance. It's not actually relevant. That sounds like a, what do you call it? What do you call those things? I don't know. My brain's not working. Cool. Never mind. Oh, I got it. Sounds like an oxymoron, right? Um, but seriously, you know, you know. It is so fucking cold in here. I turned the heat off when I got home. That was a mistake. I also don't have my hoodie on. And that's a problem. So, bloop bloop. Not that it keeps me warm. It really barely does that. Gosh, it's so bad. My attention span for people apparently has just like faded into nothing. That's the worst. It's making socializing really hard. And then coupled with the fact that I'm usually very blasé and I just really don't care about a lot of things, like in general, because I know in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't fucking matter. Like in a year, is it going to matter? Probably not. Then it doesn't matter. You know, like it doesn't matter. And yeah, so I look, I know. So this is what the inside looks like. It's mostly gray. And the outside is this like pretty variegated business. Now, I don't know if you remember before, okay? Before. That sounds ominous. But before I frogged it, before I started over, it looked like it was all leaning because I dropped some stitches and so it was like shortening it. And that's like not the case anymore. Like I know it does appear to be leaning, but it's not actually leaning. And this is just, it looks so good. I'm so excited. It's so squishy. Such a cute little squishy. It'll be my friend. All right, Dory, just calm down. So anyway, yeah, that's it. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being part of my channel and, you know, at least vaguely giving a shit about what I'm doing. Remember, you can reach me on the interwebs in lots of places. I'm slowly but surely going to build my profile here so that it's, you know, more cohesive. But, like, bear with me until then. So, toodles! So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, and goodbye.